Hello, today is a new day, it's another day, and I have or rather said, another story to tell. Today, we're gonna go a bit further into my past, and I'm gonna share with you the story of how I finally got my room for myself. How I finally, rather said, got a room only for me at my parents' place. So, I used to grow up, not used to. He's still around, fortunately. I'm very glad he's still around. I wouldn't be if he wasn't. I basically have a little brother, and I've been sharing my room with my little brother for quite some time. Let's just call it that. We used to argue a lot, get angry at each other, for a lot of reasons. But this is basically what happened before the thing with Eugene, my father, started. If you've seen last video, if not, the last video was basically about me back then having to share my room, but only during sleeping times, only during the evening and night. I had to share my room with my father for quite some time. And I'm very glad I don't have to do that anymore, but well, what can you do, eh? So with that anyways, I'm getting off topic again, my apologies. So I shared my room with my brother. It was rather said our room for a very long time. In other words, we had a room for the both of us. And the struggle was that my brother and we both got into arguments at times, and we both, not only did we argue, but we also, let's just say the arguments got a bit tense here and there. Let's just keep it at that. How am I gonna sort this? I must say the darkest at the top. This is shiny, so let's put it there. There. Okay. That's the tough one. Good. So yeah, basically, me and my brother were always arguing with each other, especially about him being too loud or me being too loud at certain times. Or either him wanting to sleep or me wanting to sleep, because even though we went to the same school and he's only about a year younger than me, we still got into arguments about, like, just some dumb things, I'd say. Nothing really worth mentioning, to be honest. But arguments here and there, that's not the important part, but the important part is we were pretty annoyed, the both of us. That's one thing we were in agreement with. We didn't want to share the same room. And so, I did a thing. But the thing was, what I did was actually out of real anger and everything. So, my brother and I, we shared a room, and we got into an argument because back then my brother used to be the one playing Fortnite. Nowadays it's me playing Fortnite. And it was the weekend, I think. I think I was either already doing my studies or I already went to, or I still rather said went to school. Was either one or the other, but I can't seem to remember. I don't need to sort everything now, do I? That is more than fine to me right now. Let's just call these some mob jobs. I can put that away, and then I have some more space in these chests. Let's leave this there. Put the pumpkins in the chest outside here. And that should be fine. Okay. Because I don't have much more things in my chests, I don't think I need to realistically sort anything else in here. And I think I'm just gonna take my stuff with me again. I have enough food for now, so that should be good. There, that's fine. Ooh, let's do it out of bamboo wood. Yeah, it's a bit better. I'm gonna go downstairs, put that cherry stuff away. And I think right now I'm pretty happy with how the house is looking. And I forgot again to finish what I was saying. So, my brother and I, we got into some... So it was the weekend. Man, how do I get off topic that badly? So, my brother and I shared a room. Let's just start over. My brother and I, we shared a room for a long time. I think until I was like 16 to 18, because now I'm 22, and it was like either till I was 16 or 18, I think somewhere around that. So that's why I don't know whether this was where I still went to school or where I was finally, let's just say, studying to become car mechanic. Where is the... Here's the other pickaxe, my goodness. And as I said, we sometimes got into an argument, and most of the time that argument wasn't too nice, to be honest. And let's just say our argument went as far as... I think I'm a bit overwhelmed on what I should be doing, but just sitting around and everything is enough as well, because I didn't expect the sorting... Yet again, I'm repeating myself. I didn't expect the sorting of my stuff to go this fast, but I'm fine with how things are. So, let me just tell you the story and stop doing anything. So, my brother and I shared a room for a long time, and during one weekend he was playing Fortnite as usual. I got upset about him being too loud playing Fortnite, and it was actually during the day. I wasn't even trying to go to sleep or anything. I was just mad at him for being quite literally too loud. I was just mad at him for being too loud while gaming, because either I was too loud playing League of Legends at that time, or he was too loud playing Fortnite. And we were in the same room, just the same space apart as the time where I had to share my room at night with Eugene, and he was too loud, I was full of it. And the thing with him is he speaks in a disrespectful tone when you tell him, hey yo, can you be quiet and everything. Yeah, don't get on my nerves. Like he sounds in that direction. It's pretty annoying, and usually I don't let it bother me, but on that day I wasn't I was pretty, let's just say, tilted. I wasn't in the mood for anything, for any of his attitude, you know. So he was too loud once, too many times. So I went to him, I grabbed him on his shirt. He was in the middle of a round playing Fortnite. I didn't care one bit. I told him, be quiet. I didn't hit him or anything, but I really angrily shook him a bit. As I said, I was like 18 and he was like 16 or something. I shook him and told him to be quiet. I told him to be just quiet. And I think I screamed at him, if I remember correctly, because I was pretty loud. I screamed at him saying, be quiet. Then my mom came in. And you know, like these plastic things that you use to get into a shoe easier? What's it called? In Germany it's called Schuhlöffel. Basically, directly translate into, okay, a shoehorn. So we had a plastic shoehorn, which one of us was getting hit by when we are being naughty little boys, let's just call it that. We were hit by with a shoehorn. It was made out of plastic, and we were just hit a little bit to get a sense in and to be like, hey yo, calm down, you're a bit loud and everything. Because when you play video games, you can get loud and you can get on your parents' nerves. That's a normal thing. So my mom came in with a shoe on. She hit me and she broke the shoe on. I didn't even feel it. That's how angry I was at my brother. And when she came in, she started to pull me away. But at first I didn't want to get away from him because I wanted him to understand, to be quiet, and to finally do so. And then I thought to myself, okay, I've had enough. My mom is now trying to calm me down and everything. I didn't want things to escalate. I just wanted him to basically get, Ayo, be quiet. And he didn't in that moment. So I went away, went to my parents' room, laid on their bed. I just thought to myself, man, why won't he just be quiet? Then I got pretty upset. My mom asked me what's wrong. Then I explained the whole situation to her. Then my brother came in a bit later. We hugged it out, basically. And when my mom asked me what was wrong, I told her, me and my brother, we can't share a room together because either he's being loud when I want some silence, or I'm being loud when he wants some silence. Because either I'm playing a video game with friends, or he's playing a video game with his friends, and either on his PlayStation party, his friends could hear me, or on Discord, my friends could hear him, and it was just getting annoying because we weren't playing the same games in the same, let's just call it party or call, whatever you want to call it. And we were talking to different people, playing different games, so it's pretty annoying when things get a bit more intense in the game. And yeah, then my mom finally took it seriously, because sometime before I tried to tell her, can we get separate rooms, like can my brother be in your bedroom and you stay in the living room, because either way all the time they spend is in the living room, and most of the time when I'm awake for a little longer and they fall asleep, they always both fall asleep in the living room. So my brother and I told my brother, why don't they just stay in the living room? And that was my handy, my apologies. My phone. We call it handy in Germany. That was my phone, my apologies. So she finally took it serious when I told her that I've had enough to live with my brother in the same room. And after we hugged it out, and my mom basically told us, yeah, we are gonna do it like that, no problem. We had some technical difficulties, I'm back. Not only did I have an rage and emotional outbreak again, but let's just finish the story. As you already know, I have anger issues, and after everything was settled, my brother and I, we hugged it out, as I said. Now I'm saying it for the 20th time. I am sorry, I can't keep track of what I'm saying. But we hugged it out. My parents basically decided, okay, you can have it your way. We moved the stuff to my brother's, to my we moved the stuff he needed, like the TV, his PlayStation and everything. We moved it to my parents' bedroom. And then I had a room for myself. For a little bit at least. I hope, as I said, everything was moved to my brother's place. He was in my parents' room, playing Fortnite there with his friends, and then I had my room all for myself. And he only came over to get some new clothes, and that's basically it. And that's how it's still nowadays. He just comes over to the room to get some clothes after he showered or hang his jacket from work and everything. And in between the Eugene story from the last video and this story, I had some time where I literally had the room for myself. And yeah, it was a nice time, and nowadays I have it for myself again, and I'm pretty thankful. And to the technical difficulties, what basically happened was my girlfriend wanted to come in her room and pause, just pause, man. So my girlfriend finished making food. She knocked on the door, I didn't hear it. The WhatsApp messages were the messages saying, open the door please, I can't come in, you seem to have closed it. And I wanted to finish my stuff and then open the door, but then I decided to just move everything away. Because the thing is, I'm playing and recording this and editing this later on her bed. That means the keyboard, the mouse, everything needs to be pushed away to stand up from the bed, walk to the door, open the door. It's not a difficult task, but for some reason it just annoys me every time to put everything away. And well, let's just say I've had another weak moment and I need to learn to handle my emotions a bit better. Not only in the story, but also in here. But at the end of the day, my brother and I, we agreed that my emotional outbreak was the right decision, because that led to us having our own rooms. And after we hugged it out, we were happy, and I just told him that was the best thing I've ever did for the both of us, and he agreed upon it because we finally had some peace and quiet. And man, I need to get myself together sometimes. I'm ashamed when I get angry and frustrated, or too emotional in general, when I don't have myself in control. But the good thing about this is that just means I have a lot to learn still, and I have a lot to achieve. And you should look forward to the things that you haven't achieved yet and that you can still achieve. You should look forward to the things you want to change in life, because it's just like a quest in a video game. It's just like working for something to have a better life, or in a video game's case, working to get a better weapon in a certain game, to get better armor in a certain game, to get more money in a certain game, to buy some cooler stuff in a certain game. It's basically having goals about self-improvement or any goals. It's just don't focus on the goal, but see that there's hard work behind it, and that you have to do the hard work to get what you want. Because from nothing comes nothing. And I've been talking for way too long. This recording has been going on for half an hour. So thank you for every comment, like, new subscriber. Thank you for watching. Thank you for clicking on the video. Thank you for being here with me. And yeah, I need to calm down. I need to learn to handle my emotions more well. I'm pretty ashamed that just happened, but it has already happened and I can't change it. All I can do is do it better the next time and just get myself together, because it's just little things like that that get me bothered. Maybe it's a bit of my perfectionism, but it doesn't. What's it called? It doesn't. That's no excuse. That's what I wanted to say. So I wish you all the best on your journey in life. I wish you all the blessings in the world. Chase your dreams. Go after what sets your heart ablaze. And as always, worry a little less, love a little more. Live your life to the fullest. Have a wonderful and amazing day. And till next time. Goodbye.